Alright, so welcome back to part 2 of Gus Paint's Ultramarine. So, here, let's do this because this is easy. We can take this and we can show it to the camera.
This is what we got so far.
Well, then we gotta get it so that it focuses. There we go. So we've got them base coated in nice dark blue. We're gonna paint that holster, the guns, and maybe some of the detail if we've got time. You want to show this one?
Yeah, and
so this is
the
his
one I painted before.
So he's purple with gray guns. He's a little washed out because of the way the lighting is in here.
I mean, we can get like maybe if we no, they can't see that.
Alright, you can put him right here and do.
Yeah, maybe you can. Maybe you can see him better this way. Ow. So yeah,
Put
that's.
him back underneath there. Let me see. It's hard. It's hard to see. So here we can do this with oops, got the lighting came off.
It seems a little loose.
We'll try one more time with the lighting. And then we'll start painting. So you want to paint the holster, the gun. Alright, let me try this one.
Hey.
Yep. There we go. So he's got a gray gun, some gold highlights, brown base. He's pretty cool. Alright, so we want to paint the holster or the guns? What do you want to do first?
Let's go with guns.
Alright, with guns then you need one of the grays. That's the dark tone. That's gunmetal. We'll use that for dry brushing in a minute. Gravelord Gray is what I think we used last time, so a couple of drops into.
Shake it. Almost forgot.
Yeah, you gotta shake it. That's good. You're good.
Okay. So now there's actually a camera going.
Yeah, we got the camera a little closer to the Marine. Although it's a little fuzzy, so you're gonna have to occasionally do this to get it to focus.
Okay, so let's put that. Right.
And I put it right here.
Okay.
Right there. There's nothing in there. You're good. Couple of drops. One, two, maybe three.
Okay.
And then you want. Oh, let me get you a paper towel. This brush, I think. And want to just carefully go over the guns. There's your paper towels right here. Alright, using any wet palettes tonight. We're just using palettes. You should talk while you're doing it so people know what you're doing.
What am I supposed to say?
What are you painting?
I'm painting an Ultramarine.
Well, what part of it are you painting?
His guns.
Well, that's a bolt pistol, it looks like.
I don't know what the names of the guns are, so.
So he's got a bolt pistol, and his other gun is a flamethrower of some sort. I think he's an Inferno Marine. Bring the camera and stuff over here so I can see it.
I think it's safe to say I can move on from the bolt gun.
Can. Let me see. Yeah, you got that pretty well done. Now you're going to paint his flamethrower. it to the camera, they can see what you're doing. Right now, you're just showing it to yourself, and it's kind of blurry. See if I can get that to focus on the model. And once in a while, I show it up to the camera and see if it gets into focus. This is a cheap webcam, so it doesn't focus very well. I guess I could bring the real camera up here. Use the real
Well,
camera.
we've already started recording, so we'll have to do that in the final cut.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This might be the final part. Depends on how fast you go. This is indeed speed painting, right?
Oh, I'm trying. I can take my time. Just get a big clip of that. Stick it on up there.
Just remember, your audience is right here. So if you want to show them what you're doing, you can show them what you're doing by holding it up to that camera.
Inside gun thingy.
I'll move you down here.
Where am I?
I'm moving your video. You still painting the flamethrower?
I'd say that looks pretty good. What about you?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So now, you need to rinse the brush off. You take a bit of paper towel and wipe the excess paint out of that, because we're going to refill it with like some brown so you can paint that holster.
Okay, okay, can I, wait.
Right here, I'm sorry, my bad, my bad, my bad.
Alright, now that's completely dry, and I can use brown.
Get a little bit of brown, which right here, the hardened leather is what will be good for the holster.
Hardened leather. Almost forgot to shake it up.
Yeah, shake it up. That's good. It doesn't need that much shaking. Crazy kid.
I'm just doing it for the effects.
You can put it in. It doesn't any
Oh
dry
wow,
well.
this looks not.
Oh,
Do
let me
that.
see that. What's going on there? Oh yeah, it's got a little crusty. Pick that up. Crusty dryness. There you go. Put it right there.
It
Put the
just
lid
it
back
looks
on.
not. It looks like you just eaten Taco Bell.
Oi.
What?
No, you don't even know what that looks like. So, you go ahead. And you go ahead.
Paint that some good brown.
Don't need much. Now, remember last time you painted the base the same that same brown, so you can go ahead and paint the base with a slightly larger paintbrush. If you want to go ahead and be done with it after you get that holster. You want to get all the white spots on the holster. There you go. If you want to rinse that brush off and use this one, to paint the base.
Maybe his pouches would also be that color.
Okay. You paint everything you want to paint that way.
One more that I can't quite get to.
Yeah, I think next video we're gonna have to get a different camera, because this camera is great for like wide angle shots, but not very good for close-ups.
Okay, let's wash that up and
All right,
use
so
a different
rinse
brush.
rinse it off with water. Then rinse it off with a paper towel. And then put it on the. Go ahead and mount it right here so it stays upright. And use this brush for the base.
Now it
And
gets-
paint that base all brown. And use as much brown as you need to.
Oh wow, yeah, that's satisfying.
Yeah. Well, we'll paint the base rim black like we did the last one. But go ahead and paint that whole thing up, because what we'll do is you want it to be like on Mars, right?
Well, yeah.
So once we're done with this brown coat, Once it's dried, and if we want, we can use the hairdryer. Once it's dried, we can use a little bit of red wash to give it a little bit of dusty red Mars.
Maybe
How's
do
it
it
look?
like slightly on his foot so like he's gotten on him.
It's okay. And get it underneath there. See that thing right there? That's no. I'd put a great big glop of that on underneath his feet there. There you go. And in the front as well. No, not on his actual foot. Just on the base. There you go. And over here where there's extra blue, you want to put a great big glob of brown there. Because what it does is when it dries, it'll obscure that blue. Alright, now rinse that paintbrush off. Do you want to dry them with the hairdryer and continue on?
Yeah, let's try to finish him up.
Okay, reach down, get the hairdryer, it's on the floor. And then just set the brush, if it's clean, set it on the, there you go. Hairdryer's right down by your feet. There's a lot of wires. There you go, that's the right way to do it. Okay. Turn it on low. Dry the whole thing off here. What we're going to do is we're going to bring it up here and show the people.
Well, now I can't.
Oh, yeah, you can aim it like this. Yeah, you can do it.
May I have a tissue?
No, there aren't any up here. Can't put a towel.
Okay.
I think it's probably pretty close, don't you? I'll show you a trick when you want to show the miniature to people. You look at the camera. You take the. Go ahead and turn it off. You take the miniature up here and you put your hand behind it. And that sometimes will let it focus on the.
There we go.
Focus on the miniature. Okay. Alright. Now what do you want to do? You've got details, you've got some dry brushing,
Let's get him some
you've got the
eyes.
reds. That's not the right red. You want
Okay.
the red? The
Red,
actual
red,
red.
red.
The actual red is this.
I could have shaken it up.
You can. Alright, now this is where you've got to get the smallest brush we have.
This one?
Yeah, it's fine. The smallest brush we have, which might be this one.
This one doesn't want to come out.
Yeah, hold on. Don't squeeze too hard, it'll explode.
That wasn't.
There you go.
So it's not like a drop one. This one's like actual paint.
It's actual paint. So you want to
Well, I
get. No, yeah, but I'm going to show you because last time you put way too much paint on. So you take just a little bit of paint, right? And you get most of it off, and then you take that and then you look real close here. No, up and in, so you can see.
Okay, can you remove this so it doesn't like fall?
Set it right here. All right. You see where his eyes are? So just the barest touch of the eye, and then stop.
That didn't get any.
All right. Then you might need just a tiny bit more paint on there, and then scrape it off.
Got a little on this.
Yeah, a little on the side. We can fix that with wash.
Or we could just wipe it off while it's still wet.
It's really hard to get in there, so no.
I have tiny fingers.
Now, did you see when you were looking at that brush, how there was a tiny bit of hair?
Yeah.
You need to be very careful with that. All right, now put it down and do the other side. You might want to just set it down so you don't have to hold with two hands, right? So now you want to do that eye.
What?
You see the eye there? Carefully. Done. Want to try to touch up the other side real quick? Get plenty of red there. Okay.
Too much.
It's alright. That we can wipe off. And what we'll do is we'll put some wash on there, and that'll fill in the blanks around it. Another thing we can do is we can take just the tiniest bit of... Oh, we didn't drill the barrel out, but that's okay. The other thing you can do is you can put a little red.
Drill the barrel?
Yeah, we can put a little drill bit in there. You can make that a little sort of dry brush red. So what you can do is maybe take...
Why would you do that though?
Because it's a flamethrower. Right?
Okay.
Let me show you. Alright, so this is our little dry brush palette. So we can take some paint, put it on the brush, and go right? Until it gets the effect that you want.
Okay.
That might be the effect that you want. So if you were to do this, see how I dry brush that?
Yeah. Okay, so let me do the other side.
There you go. Now it'll have a nice red tip. But if you take a little paint and dry brush it on the dry brush palette, you can see what I'm talking about, right? So you take a little paint, and you dig as much as you want, and then you do this until you get... No, you want to hold it a little more close to the... Like a pencil.
Making it for me.
Right? Because you want to be able to control it. Oop. Can you grab that? You want to be able to control it, so you want to hold it close to the end of the brush. That way you can get the paint to go exactly where you want it to go. There you go, like a pencil. If you wanted to make something just a little bit red, like over here. Get some paint off there, and see how it's a little bit red? That's dry brushing, right? Alright, so now this flamethrower is sort of done. Now, you want to put a little red on the base, or do you want to dry brush some silver on to get the guns sort of shiny? Do you want to try to get some gold on his chest?
Let's get some gold on his chest.
Gold on his chest. Let's go with...
Meaty gold.
We're going to go with weapon bronze, because I kind of like it. Let's put it over here. Alright, now this is going to be a little bit and then dry brush. Because you want to be very careful on his aquila here. See the eagles?
Yeah.
Alright, so you want to get it off, and then put some on. Okay? It's okay. You may need a little more paint, and a little less dry brushing it off. Now do it. You want to start to get just a little bit of color on it, and then build that up a bit. After I drop this light on it. So it's starting to get a little gold color on it.
Yep.
There you go. See. You just do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, rather than big globs of paint, right?
Okay, so...
And then once you think it looks good, you're done.
to get this a little more straight, so it's not like.
Hmm?
Had to get the brush a little straight, so it's not like all.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. People lick the brush between things. I don't suggest you do that.
Yeah, I don't want to get pain in my mouth. That's too much.
Alright, well, if it looks like it's too much, then slow down. That's well, yeah, you can do it with your finger. You're gonna have paint on your finger. Now do the other side. It's alright. It's alright. You will wash up later. You'll be fine. Because the other thing we're gonna be able to do is we're gonna be able to wash it with either a blue or a dark color, and that'll bring the detail back out. So go ahead and do the other side. So that looks pretty good, buddy. You're not in the camera. I'm gonna move the camera so they can see you.
The top of the skull.
Don't worry about the top of it.
Painted.
You want to get the left there. You want to get that side of the eagle.
Maybe a little bit.
Remember, just get some of it off before you put it onto the model. There you go. And then up there. And then stop to look at it.
That looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. We'll be able to fix up some of the messiness around the edge of the eagle with some wash. So rinse it off.
So how to do this with the.
Oh, I'm going to move it out of the way. See? Everything's articulated, so you move stuff out of the way. Alright, so now we take. Is there anything on here else that needs to be gold, I guess?
I guess it's like shoulder things.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that just yet.
I kind of want to try it.
I think we should practice on something that isn't this. I'll get you some things to practice on that you can draw because you got to draw very straight lines and very steady lines. And besides his lines, it should be probably white or yellow. Alright, so now you need a little bit of silver to dry brush over the gun. So we use this. Where did the silver go? Gunmetal? Gunmetal's not out. I don't know where the gunmetal went. Do you see something called gunmetal here? Oh, there it is, right here. You take a little bit drop of this. Now this is definitely one where you dry brush, right? So you got the brush wet, right? We're going to go ahead and wipe most of the paint off.
Dropped it again.
I see that. You'll get it later. You got it?
Yep.
Put it back on the thing. You got most of the paint off. See how most of the paint's off?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to refresh your memory on this. I'm just going to do his gun. You just go beep, 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 beep.
No, I can't see because your arm's not on.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now go ahead and take the paint that's on there is good. You don't have to put any more paint on there. Do the gun. All the way up the gun. All parts of the gun. And it's okay if he's a little silver. And you see that thing, there's a handle on top of the gun there. Right there. You can go ahead and give that a good solid brush. And get all the way into the crevice there. See that crevice? This crevice right here. Alright, and now look at it and see how you feel about it.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. If you want, you can do a light dry brush or gun on his backpack to give it a little metallic feel. You don't want to press too hard because the harder you press, the more paint will come
Just want to make it look like his blue paint is dripping to reveal the true.
Okay. And you can do that to the rest of the model. If there are pieces that you think you want some silver to shine through, mostly on the edges, right? You don't want it on the flat surfaces, you want it on the edges. Some people take a very small paintbrush and they edge highlight things.
That looks good.
Can I see? So, yeah, let me show you something.
I just want to do that much. No, I don't want to. No, I don't.
You see how you got a little silver now there on the edge?
Yeah, but I don't want that.
Okay. Alright. Now we've dry brushed. Now we can go back and base the thing with some red tone. So let's get, where did the paper towel go? There's the paper towel. Just gonna take that out. Take that out. You want a little bit of red tone on the base to give it that Martian feel.
This one doesn't really shake.
There, you see, does it not have a ball in it? It may not have a ball. Let me see it.
Doesn't have a ball in it.
It doesn't. That's alright.
I can pull it.
Just right there.
Okay.
Actually, maybe a little more. And you want the bigger brush, which is...
No.
actually, that one will work.
That's the smallest brush, though.
This one is not the smallest brush. Go ahead and dip it in the paint. Get it wet and then dip it in the paint.
Wet?
Dry it off on this. Sorry, I took the... There you go. Now dip it in the paint and then roll it around because you want that to be...
Okay.
You see how that's all flayed there?
Yeah.
You want it to be now solid. Now put it on the thing. You forgot to put your apron on.
But all over the base?
All over the base.
Alright.
Heads up. You don't want paint on your clothes. Trust me, you do not want paint on your clothes. Just to give it a nice, good wash of red. Everywhere there's a crevice. Okay? Okay? I think that's good.
Now time for the brush.
I'm going to dry the brush off and use a paper towel. Alright. Alright, so we've got it. Yeah, you just want to dry the base off. We could probably do what we need to do without doing this. Because now we want to wash. I think I really want blue wash. We want to fill in the edges around the eyes that are, I don't know, maybe dark. We'll do dark tone. It's probably pretty good. Okay. So we got some red tone. Now we want to do the dark tone. We want to take...
I saw the dark tone.
I already pulled it out. It's right here.
You should probably put that.
That's all right. Let me show you. Let me show you what I want to do. I want to put a little bit there to get over the edges of where that was red and it wasn't. We didn't want it to be. And then I also want to. So here, take this brush, and you want to paint. Oop.
I didn't have it yet.
I'll grab it. You want to take that.
I can't.
You want me to get it? All right, sit up. Did you get it? No. You want to paint the dark tone here more heavily where you got extra brass, but also just sort of generally all over the model. So you want to put a great big glob of it on where you got too much brass.
And just all over the model?
Yeah, but we want to start with the front where his chest is.
A big glob of it, like fast.
Tilt him back so you can get it in the right crevices there. Yeah. And then all over the eagle. More. Might be too much.
You said more.
Oh, I did say more, but...
Now let me dry this
There.
off and let it...
Alright. Now you look at it.
I think it looks pretty good. But you know what it needs?
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and dry the...
Drying.
It's probably okay. So let's see if we can show the people what you ended up with.
We're not done
Is that in
yet.
focus?
Yeah, that's in focus. Are we done?
We're almost done. Here, let's do
What's
this.
what's not?
We're
yeah.
going to do the edge of the base. There we go.
And then it's done.
And then it's done. I think it's
Okay,
done.
can I do
Because
the
you got
edge?
red eyes?
He has red eyes. He has red eyes. Can I
Alright.
do the base this time?
Yeah, you can do the base. So you need the nice thick brush, this one right here. Right? You always put the brushes back so that they're...
Yeah, this one wasn't properly dried off.
Sorry, it needs to be a little wet anyway.
No, it wasn't properly painted off.
It's alright.
Painted off. It seems you put a lot of black paint. Oh, that's a lot.
Alright. So the thing with the base is you can do most of it.
Is this too much?
Nope. Because you want to be careful. You don't want to go up onto your brown. Can I show you once?
Okay.
That's like enough for the whole model. But go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll take it off of the holder. Now we take it off the holder. All right, now what I do is I just put my finger right here to hold it down, and then I paint around the base. There you go. And then rotate it. Get all the way around the other side. There you go.
I need a little bit more.
A little bit more, not much. It's okay if you paint the table because that's what that's for. And that looks done to me. All right, rinse the brush off. Wipe it down. We have, I believe,
I need to dry them off with the dry brush first.
a completed
Model. You know what he needs?
Ultramarine. Yeah, you can do that. Then we can take it downstairs and I'll take a picture of it. And that took you, how long did it take you? 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30 minutes, plus whatever we did the first night. I think that's good. We'll let it dry. All right, you want to say goodnight to the people? Camera's over here if you want to say goodnight to the people.
It's a little wet.
Yeah, it's going to be a little wet. We'll take it downstairs and we'll take a good picture of it in the light. It's fun, huh? Alright, so your next Marines are going to be the rest of that squad from the game. And you're going to do them all purple, right?
Yep.
Alright.
You can do the outro while I do this.
Well, subscribe, like, and hit that bell. Eat plenty of cabbages, but not Gus. Otherwise, he'll send his Inferno Marine after you and he'll flamethrower you to death. How about that? Besides, you got the hairdryer on. Nobody can hear me. Alright, I think that's good.